I'm doing this, I think it's a wheel off a Cuckoo clock. I'm doing it for somebody, repivoting it because I don't know whether you can see that, but that pivot there is a bit like an hourglass shape. It's very fine. If you look at the other end, which this should be the same, they're normally identical. You see it's quite a bit bigger. It's 1.1 mil. That one's not even 1 mil on the very end, so it's lost quite a bit. Now normally I would put that in the lathe. There's a bit there to grip it, which is fine, and then I would normally use this fix steady to hold it, because there's only that little short bit being held in the collet, but because of the thickness of that, there's not enough room there. So what I've had to do is make a piece to go in tool holder. Now normally I would be using a flip over tool rest, but I have a solid one as well, which I use when I'm doing something like this, because that way it doesn't move. That sits in there with a bit of lubrication. It's only just big enough, but it will turn quite happily, and it will hold it straight while I repivot it. Can't even get my words out now. So that's the job I'm doing at the moment. I'll bring you back when we're all set up and ready to go. I've already done this off camera because there's no point in showing you that, because it's only a quarter shaft to go in the tool holder, bit milled off each side. Again, you can see that I've milled more off that side than that side. There was no real need for that, but I do that because it just gives me a bit more clearance at the back. And then I drill that to slightly smaller than I need, and then broach it out to be a nice fit for the pinion, because the pinion has to turn in there with a drop of oil on it, to keep it straight. But I'll bring you back in a minute when we're all set up ready. Okay, we're all set up for drilling the hole. I'm putting a 1 mil hole in it. The original pivot was 1.1, but I said I would use a solid tool holder, but the solid tool holder, it wouldn't line up unless it was straight on, which meant I couldn't get the tailstock in. So that's how I've had to do it with the tip over tool rest, but I've got a clamp on it to stop it moving, because obviously the pin for the hinge of the tip over bit is very slightly loose, so there's a slight bit of movement on it, so I've had to clamp it, but it's not the end of the world. I've cut the old pivot off. I've found centre using a graver, which I done off camera because I had to get both sides of the lathe to be able to do it accurately, and I've just started to drill the hole for the pivot. Now they say it wants to be 6 times the size of the pivot, the depth of the hole, which a 1 mil pivot 6 mil deep seems a lot to me, so it's probably going to go 3 mil, I would think, but we'll play it a bit by ear. Let's get the hole drilled first. There's me brush. Probably going to go the depth of the pinion, I think, just short of that, because it's a nice soft arbor. I don't need a carbide drill bit, which is nice, but I still only do a little bit at a time. Right, so we've got, so check the depth we've got. There. Yeah, I think that's plenty deep enough. Just give it one more little go. That's it. I think that's plenty deep enough. Excuse my hand in the way. Nice thing about this Portra lathe is it's got 8mm collets in the tailstock and a 10mm in the headstock. Right, I don't know whether you can see that hole. Let's bring the camera around a little bit, see if that makes it anything any clearer. Yeah, you can see the hole in the centre there now. I've just got to take it out, give it a good clean, get rid of any cutting oil, because that will stop it gripping. I'll bring you back when we're set up for the next part. Okay, I've fitted the new pinion. Just a matter now of filing it and burnishing it, and then we're there. Let's move that clamp out of the way. As you can see, it's running nice and true. Now we give it a burnish. Drop of oil on the burnisher. A bit more speed. I've left it slightly too long because I haven't got the plate, so it won't hurt with it protruding out of the plate very slightly, and I would imagine that you've got to bush it anyway, so it's always better to have it very slightly too long than too short. Get the oil off it. I think we're there. There's the finished item. See, I perfectly left it that length, so it won't hurt. It's probably twice as long as the original, but it won't hurt like that. Thanks for watching. Thanks very much.